Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Craftober Day 7. My voice just totally went. Don't know why. It is 10 to 9 in the morning. We've got an early start this morning because I've got a hair in my mouth. I think I've got it. We've got quite a busy day, so I need to get on it early this morning. But did you all have a nice weekend? I hope that you did. I had an amazing weekend. Let me show you. Hang on. Are you ready? Can I just leave that there for a second? Just so you can admire. Oh my word, I finished. As you can see, there are spaces here and here and here and here and here. This is to put initials in because it is called the Family Patchwork Sampler and you're supposed to put the initials in at the end. I'm really undecided what I'm putting into it. Initially I was going to put my initials in, Danny's initials in and all the kids. But as my friend pointed out to me, Danny and I are getting married, so I don't want to preempt and put Danny's name as my initials, but I also don't want to put my initials because it's going to change. So I'm kind of like, So then I thought I would put some words in. You can see these two spaces here are a little bit small. This is a really long one, as is this one, and then you've got two small ones here. Now, there is a chart that comes with this pattern, which has got all sorts on it that you can use, you know, hearts, birds, whatever, to fill in. So I'm just deciding what I'm doing. Plus, I do need a little bit of a break from this. I can't do any more on it yet. I honestly, you would not believe, on Saturday, I put into this 1,762 stitches. And it didn't take that long, to be honest. And I still got plenty of other jobs done. But it was a lot. So I just need the break from it. And I really need to decide. Initially, I'd chosen 4 words that I wanted to put in it. But I think it's going to look a little bit crowded here on these smaller sections. So I don't know whether I'm going to just put a couple of love hearts there. But I don't want to just put love hearts there, then have words at the bottom. So I'm just undecided how I'm going to finish it. But nevertheless, the actual pattern itself is finished and the words aren't going to take very long. So I am over the moon with that. Honestly, I finished it about 7:30 on Saturday night and I was just over the moon. I was absolutely elated. Because I've put a lot of pressure on myself with this project. I'd initially started it as a long-term... That was the zip, if you heard that.
Yeah, I thought it was a cat flies there.
I'd initially started it as a long-term project. But then once I started it and I realised, you know, what was the amount of work that was going into it, I thought, right, okay, I've got a SAL starting and I don't want this going on at the same time as the SAL, which is the Historical Sampler Company Stitch Along. So then I decided, oh well, I'll finish it before the SAL, which was stupid, but it's my own sheer stubbornness that got that done, because once it was in my head that that's what I wanted to do, there was no shift in it. So I just wanted it finished. In future, I won't do that. There is absolutely no way I would put myself under that kind of pressure again. I just wouldn't. I've picked up the Mickey Mouse one again, which I will just grab. So this is the one that I'd started more or less at the same time as that one. So I've picked this back up again. But this one is, and I am not putting myself under any kind of pressure. It is a big stitch again. It's a full coverage. It's a big stitch. So, well, I'm saying a big stitch, not like you see, you know, the floss tubers doing where they've got these hair designs. It's nothing that size. It's 37,500 stitches. To me, it's big. This is my 100 stitch a day project. That's it. And that's all I'm doing. So you did see the very, very start of it, and this is where it's at now. And it's just 100 stitches a day. So according to markup, it won't be finished till February. But that is all I'm doing because I refuse to put myself under that kind of pressure again. If I get days where I'm just enjoying what I'm doing and I want to put more stitches in, then I'll do that. I won't limit myself to 100 stitches a day. But that's the goal. So this is my project that I'm picking up on a morning when I get up, because I do like to cross stitch first thing on a morning, and this is what I'm working on. Soon as it's time to get ready and start the day, I put it away till the next day. So whatever gets done, gets done. This morning it's had 230 stitches, but I've been up since stupid o'clock. You know, I had to take Jake's cat to the vets last week, and I'd set an alarm for 5:30. I thought I'd turned it off. My alarm clock, the way it works is you pick days. So I must have had one of the alarms with a Monday on it as well. Thought I'd turned it all off. So my alarm starts going off at 5:30 this morning. In fact, I think it was 5:15. Turned it off. Thought, right, okay, that's done. Got myself back to sleep. 15 minutes later, alarm went off again. And that's what I do. I set alarms 15 minutes apart, and I have like 4 of them. So I was like, no. So I turned my alarm off again, and then realising what I'm like, there's going to be another one that goes off in 15 minutes. So I had to look at my phone to find the alarm, to turn it off, and sure as anything, it was going to go off at 5:45 to turn the alarm off. But by that point, I'd woken myself up. So I woke Danny up as well, and we've been down here since 6. So that's why it's had so many stitches. You aren't impressed. So that is that. So then when I got up yesterday, oh my word, I was like, what am I going to do today? I've got no major project that I have to do, so I can just work on whatever I want. So I had promised myself on Saturday when I was trying to do all those stitches, and I kept saying to myself, if you get this done today, Alex, you can start your mandala tomorrow. So yesterday afternoon, we took Harry back yesterday morning. So by the time we got home and got sorted and one thing and another, it was like 1 o'clock. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start my mandala. So I did. So I'm using the yarn that was sent to me by a very generous friend, and it is Cuxton Crafts, which is Claire, I believe. And this is fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, in the colourway Cerise. And as soon as I saw this mandala, I knew I was using this yarn because I think it's perfect for it. So I started yesterday. There's not a great deal to see yet, just in the very middle bit, but isn't it beautiful? I will say I don't think it's a beginner friendly pattern. If you're new to crochet, I probably wouldn't recommend this pattern. It's a very good pattern, it is, but I've been crocheting a long time, and there was even parts on this where I was thinking, what? I don't quite know what you mean. I obviously got it because I've done it, so you know, it wasn't difficult where I didn't think, you know, I can't do this. It was obviously well explained, but I had to think about what I was doing. Not on every row, just at the beginning. And I think that is because with crochet, what I find is people will write a crochet pattern differently. And I'm sure I do it when I write a crochet pattern. I write my patterns how I do it in my head. With knitting, you know, you've got your stitches on your needle and it's just knit, 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 knit. With crochet, you're talking about from the previous row, which can confuse people, and you're also looking for a particular stitch. So, you know, if you're looking for a treble from a previous row or a double crochet from a previous row, you've got to know your crochet, you've got to know your stitches. So that's what I mean by, I wouldn't say it's beginner friendly, because I don't think beginners are able quite so easily to differentiate the stitches like that. But if you took your time with it, I think you'd be absolutely fine. It's a very good pattern. It really is. It's a lovely pattern. So once I'd sort of got used to the designer's style of writing, I was absolutely aware. But in the first little bit, I was kind of like, I don't know what you mean. But I'm aware now. So, like I say, it's nothing, it's not, there's no shade on this pattern at all. It's just my opinion on whether or not it's beginner. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. And I wouldn't say beginner friendly. If you are used to crocheting, then go for it. You'll be absolutely fine. If you're not used to crocheting, I think she has easier patterns. This is the Patience pattern, which is, I'll show you because I've got the magazine here, which is this one. And it's not one of the, there are easier patterns to do. I saw them at Yarndale. Off the top of my head, that one would be an easier one for more beginner friendly crochets, but I'm sure if you contacted the designer, she would, you know, point you in the direction if you wanted to do one of these mandalas. But yeah, this is the Patience one. This is what I'm doing. So I am really enjoying it. It only actually has 34 rounds and I am on round 12. So, you know, I'm coming up to the halfway point on this, but obviously there's a lot of stitches, so it's not a super fast thing. And when it comes to joining it, you join it on to the mandala on that last round. I think I'm changing up a little bit how I'm going to do the joining onto the mandala, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I'm not 100% certain, but yeah. So I've started that, which, what a productive weekend I am having. It is sock weight yarn that you use. Most mandalas are. And it is a 2mm needle. I haven't done a gauge swatch. She does recommend you do a gauge swatch. I haven't done one because I just think that I'll be able, if it's too small, I can add another round. If it's too big, I'll just omit the last round. I'm not overly concerned. So, but if you do it, I would recommend you do a gauge swatch. I'm good at giving the advice. I'm not so good at taking it. And then I also did some on Danny's sock as well. So this is Danny's sock. It was waiting for a heel, so I popped the heel in and done 20 rounds on his leg. So this is King Cole Mayfly yarn. We've got this for sale in the shop and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not doing a contrasting heel because I had no mini skein that would match it. Normally my go-to, if I don't have a colour that'll match it, is to put grey in it or white in it. White wouldn't have looked good and neither would grey because there is that bluey grey colour in it. And if I'd have had that colour, I'd have put that on for contrast heels and toes, but I didn't. So there's no contrast heels and toes. So that is it. That is the crafting that I have done this weekend. I've had a great time. Absolute great time. And I'm going to say, right, do you remember me doing the giraffe cross stitch a few weeks ago? And I absolutely loved the design, hated working on it. I just didn't enjoy it. And I was a really new cross stitcher at the time. I'm still a new cross stitcher now, but I think it might have only been my third project. And my friend said to me, you probably won't like full coverage if you don't like that, because full coverage is a lot of confetti, you know, where you're going off just doing one here, one there. So when I started the Mickey, which was a gift off my friend, same friend, I really wanted to try it because she gifted it to me. And I thought, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I really don't know if I'm going to like it. It's full coverage. There's a lot of confetti on it. And you know what? I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I can see exactly why people have a lot of full coverage on the go. This is the most fun thing, whether that's just because I've just done that massive modern folk embroidery one, which is just cross-stitched in black, and this is just suddenly some colour. I don't know, but I have loved this. I'm finding it really hard to put down. And I didn't think I would, to be perfectly honest. I really did not think I would, because there is a lot. You can see here I've got a couple of spots missing. I've got a colour missing. I thought I'd kitted this out. Now I've got a colour missing. I need to go to Hobbycraft and pick it up, because that's really bugging me. The fact that there's a couple of stitches missing here. But yeah, I thought I wouldn't like it at all, and I absolutely love it. So there you go. Until you try these things, you don't know. Right, I'm going to go because I've been chatting for 15 minutes. This is a vlog. It's going to be a long one again. I want to go to Hobbycraft. I need to pick up one skein of floss. Like do not. Need to pick up one skein of floss. So I'm going to take you into Hobbycraft. We'll see if they've got anything new, shall we?
Every day I see miserable people doing things they hate just to fit in. I know it's easier to get along peacefully, but have you ever thought about you? Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do, when the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the outside? I know it's hard sometimes to believe it, that you deserve more than me. Said, oh, quit the job you hate and love the ones you love. 'Cause have you ever really thought about you? Don't know why I keep on doing what I'm told to do, when the rules are made up by someone we never knew. Baby, wipe your tears and hear me out. We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the outside? We don't need someone to feel alright. Let's do the streets on Monday. Let's call your exes and tell them they can join us too. Why always worry about money when you can get rich by trying to see the outside?
In Skipton now. Oh, Skipton is all uphill. Just uphill, whichever direction you go, it's just uphill. We're actually right where Yarndale is. Just got a nip here, get this done, and then we can go home. So it's been a really busy day so far. But we're nearly done. I want to go home. I want to knit on my mandala. I want to do a little bit of cross stitch. But not yet. Isn't it nice here though? Look at that. Isn't it lovely? You've seen this before on Yarndale videos, past Yarndale videos. It's really lovely. Look at that tree. Isn't it gorgeous? So I'm out of breath because, like I say, everything's uphill. But never mind. Fitness and all that. Sweet home. It's now 2:15. Everything's done now. And I have finally made myself a coffee. And I can sit, relax. I'm just going to put a podcast on of some sort. I don't know which one I'm going to put on yet, but I'm going to find something to watch on the TV. And I'm just going to chill for an hour because it has been a very, very busy day today. Hello, hello, hello. Let's pull you a bit closer. It is time to come on and end the vlog. So I'm going to grab my knitting. Danny's sock. Do you know what? I'm itching to start with this yarn. This is that knit craft yarn I bought. When my friend bought it, I went and copied. He not straight there. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But I've got that other self-striping yarn I want to start first. So I need to get on with Danny's socks. Yeah, all done now. It's been a really busy day. We had a busy morning. We had a few bits we had to do out and about. And then I had to take Josh to a meeting at college. So we've done that. And then the rest of the week is going to be Advent packaging, and they're going out. And then getting on with the yarn dyeing for the next update. Yay! So I've done some cross stitching. I've done a lot more on my Mickey Mouse than I was supposed to. Way more than my 100 stitches that I was supposed to. Because I'm really enjoying it. And that's fine. I'm not going to put any limits on myself if I'm enjoying it. But tonight I am just knitting and crocheting. So I'm doing Danny's sock now. And then after tea, when everything's a bit calmer, I'm going to pick up my mandala and try and get a few rows of that. It's a little bit slower going because you're counting every single stitch. So I find that when I'm doing that, I can't watch anything on the TV. I can't do anything else other than count, count, count. So I'm just doing a few rounds at a time on that, I think. So I'm going to read my book as well tonight. I'm about halfway through that message deleted one. It's really good. But somebody left me a comment the other day saying Freedom at Fadden had a new book out. Let me just stop the dog. Oh, she's seen me. I looked at her. Gave her the look and she knew to stop looking. Anyway, Freedom at Fadden has got a new book out called The Boyfriend. And it is on Kindle Unlimited. Somebody left me a comment the other day. I do like Freedom at Fadden. It sounds really good. So I've downloaded that. So when I've finished this one, I'm going to read that. And there's the New World of Cross Stitching magazine is out on Kindle Unlimited as well. I'd seen it because my friend got it the other day and she sent me a picture. And there's a picture of a fox. Is it on a sled? On the front? Oh, I'm going to have to see if I can find it. Hang on. Because it'll be in my Kindle Unlimited. Where's Kindle? Library. It's the world, yeah it is. The World of Cross Stitching. It's just downloading it. It's got this really cute fox on the front. I haven't read the magazine yet. I'm going to read it later. There you go. But look at that. How cute's that? So I'm going to have a look at that later. Get on with tea. Me and Danny bought a salad in Morrison's this morning. So we're going to have that. Finn won't eat salad. He used to eat salad when he was younger. He used to love a salad, but he won't now. He's turned into a proper teenager. If you're new here, you don't really see Finn much on the vlogs, but he used to be on the vlogs when he was younger, like 10 and 11 all the time. He used to love coming on the vlogs when he were younger. Oh, that's what else I was going to say. Somebody had left a comment about not seeing the other cats. Yeah, Polly is... Normally, during the day, Polly sleeps under Finn's bed. So, it's really unlikely you'll see her on the vlog. She's gone to the window to bark. First time all day. Right, this is because I'm vlogging. Rubles, down! Sorry about that. Yeah. Polly sleeps under Finn's bed during the day, so you're very unlikely to see her. Bert isn't in at the moment. Jack, I can probably catch Jack. He's down there. Bless him, do you know what Jack's just done? He was asleep on the lounge windowsill and I was sat here having a coffee. And he's sitting, just fell off. He must have rolled over in his sleep or something and fell off. Jack's the cat with no tail. He had to have that amputated. Stop, darling. Not last Christmas, the Christmas before. He got bit by a squirrel. And honestly, you couldn't write it, could you? He got bit by a squirrel, bless him. He must have been chasing the squirrel. And it just instantly killed his tail. So we'd taken him to the vets because he had this wound and he wasn't lifting his tail up. And the vet said, no, he's lost all function in it. So he had to have his tail amputated. I think it was like the 23rd of December. It was really close to Christmas. That was a couple of years ago. So Jack has no tail. Jack and Stuart are brothers. Stuart's the fluffy one, but he's not in at the moment. As you can see, Luigi has full access to the blanket. He's taking full advantage. And obviously Ruby you see all the time. So, but as I see the cats, I'll try and catch them. I could get up and go and catch Jack now, but I can't be bothered. The dog's just sat on my knee, bless her, and I don't want to disturb her, so I'll get him another time for you. But yeah, we do have a lot of animals. But yeah, so I'm not sure what we've got on this week. We're going to be yarn dyeing. We've got the yarn orders coming Wednesday. So thank you for those of you that let me know whether you wanted the Advent main skein. I put the order in this morning. I think that's coming Wednesday. We don't keep a huge stock of yarn at all. We only buy small amount. Well, I'm saying small amounts. It's not tiny amounts, but we only buy what we're going to use each month, so we don't have a huge stock of yarn, which is why I had to say let me know if you want a main skein. But yeah, that's coming Wednesday, so hopefully there'll be some yarn dyeing coming up on the vlogs at some point. And that's about it. It's absolutely really warm today. I had a jumper on this morning, and when we got coming back from Skipton, I was so warm I had to put the cool air on in the car because I was boiling. It was so warm. I think it's like 15, 16 degrees outside. It was freezing the other day. Absolutely freezing. But never mind. It is a week today that the historical sampler sal starts. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm just watching So Me Sarah at the moment on YouTube. She is a floss tuber. She's fabulous. I think I've mentioned Sarah's channel before. If I haven't, I will link it in the description box below. She's the one that's doing the 50 starts sal, along with another floss tuber, and I can't think who it is now off the top of my head. So it was her 50th birthday this year, so she's chosen 50 starts for the year. So she didn't start them all in one go. She's spread it out through the year, so it's been really interesting to watch, and she's finished a lot of them as well. It's been really, really fun to watch. But I was mentioning Sarah because she has the historical sampler sal and advent box like I have. I've been so tempted to peek. I haven't. I absolutely haven't. I really had to give myself a talking to because I got up the other day. Danny was still in bed. No, it wasn't. It was Saturday. It was he had Harry, so he was busy with Harry. So I was down here on my own, and I thought, oh, I could just peek at a couple of them and see what they are. And then I remembered the amount of times I've said to people in the Facebook group, no peeking at your advent, I'll know. So I did stop myself, but yeah, I very nearly peeked, but I didn't. The box is still intact. In fact, Polly's been sleeping on the box. What is it with cats and boxes? Honestly, they're a nightmare with a box. I think I better let you go. I'm waffling a little bit. And I don't want to waffle at you too much. I think this video might be quite long. But I think every Monday it's going to be like this. Because we've had the break for the weekend. I just want to sit and chat with you all. I don't want to go. So it's probably is going to be a half-an-hour video on a Monday. And then the rest of the week I'll try and sort of keep it down a little bit. But right now I'm going to go. Have a lovely evening, everybody. I will see you back for Craftober Day 8 tomorrow. Bye-bye.